TV, where we have news on politics, sports, entertainment, and so much more. Did you know that we also have feature stories where we talk about nothing but everything? It's the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
A very warm good morning to you. This Thursday, this is the breakfast show only on TSL Nigeria TV. I'm so excited because, of course, we're back on set. My name is Neki Moyon. I'm not the only one seated on the couch. I have my beautiful ladies, Ejiro Omogiade. Good morning.
Good morning, Neki. How are you this
morning? And of course, Rasiwa and I.
Good morning. How you doing, Neki?
It's good to have you on set.
Yeah.
We missed you.
I missed you guys.
How was your night?
My night was splendid. How about yours?
Cold.
Yeah, I like the cold. Although I woke up this morning, I was like, what's going on? Everybody's so cold. But it was fun.
Alright, so going straight up into the newspaper review for today. I have the Vanguard, as usual, for June 13th. Just to let you know, this month is running really fast. And on the top stories this morning, politicians, religious leaders fueling insecurity, Buhari says, and vows to crack down on instigators of violence, social unrest, says good leadership can lift 100 million people in 10 years. And promises to assemble strong team to rebuild Nigeria, renames Abuja National Stadium after MKO, and threatens to deal with corrupt politicians as Obasanjo, Jonathan, IBB, Abubakar were absent, declaring June 12 Democracy Day not enough, Atiku says. And another story, we have June 12, how Ndimbo plight should be addressed, Ohaneze said in page 34 of your Vanguard. And also June 12 only give Nigerians another public holiday. Beyond that, it signifies nothing meaningful, Olufosan says. Atiku's right to challenge Buhari re-election in court, that is said by Jonathan. And no change in forex policy, says CBN. And on sports, we have Super Falcons spank South Korea 2-0, and they're playing France on Monday. Amazing. Hey, Jiro, what do we have for The Guardian?
Okay, I have for The Guardian for June 13, 2019, I have Gowon Obasanjo, other ex-leaders absent from June 12 celebration. Why Buhari is insincere about democratic ideals. President vows to lift 100 million citizens out of poverty. Renames National Stadium after Abiola. You see this news on page 6. And for our picture story, we have the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, on the left, Speaker House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, Senate President Lawal Ahmed, Vice President Professor Yemi Osibanjo, and wife Dolakbo during the June 12th Democracy Day at Eagle Square, Abuja. This was yesterday. Photo by Lucy Ladidi Ateko. And then for the other picture story, we have President Muhammadu Buhari Mido in a motorcade during the Democracy Day in Abuja yesterday. And then we also have here court clash. Mob attack claims 7 persons in Bayelsa. You see this news on page 4. And then for more, we have poor implementation, corruption allegations, politicization, dog FG's social safety net scheme. This is a special report and it's on page 56. So for more information, just go get your Guardian newspaper from your local vendors.
All right, Siva, what do we have for the Punch?
Okay, so the Punch for 13th of June 2019. The major story: mixed reactions as Buhari vows to rebuild Nigeria. Rename stadium after MKO Abiola. President's policy negates June 12 ideals, says Atiku. Governors hail Buhari for honoring Abiola and urges unity. Obasanjo, Jonathan, Gowon, others absent from Democracy Day events. We have a lot of news stories here, so I've just taken 2 of them. President Muhammadu Buhari inspects a guard of honor during the Democracy Day celebration in Abuja on Wednesday. Photo credit goes to Olatunji Obasa. Left to right, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo and President of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, during the Democracy Day celebration in Abuja on Wednesday. The photo credit goes to the State House. So, other stories we have. Federal government has weaponized poverty to subjugate Nigerians, says Ezekwesili. DPO, 7 cops arrested for killing Porter, one other in Rivers. Herdsman beheads wife in Ekiti. That story is on page 4 and 5. For more stories, you can get a copy of Punch newspaper.
Alright, so bringing it out to Edo State, I have the Nigerian Observer, and leading the stories, Obaseki focuses in capacity building in Edo Civil Service. And also for our picture story from left to right, we have the Chairman, Edo State Oil and Gas Producing Areas Development Commission at Sopadek, Pastor Kennedy Osifo, Edo State Head of Service HOS, and Mr. Isaac Eozua, and other guests during a one-day training program organized for stars of Sopadek in Benin City. Death row, Obaseki approves release of 8 convicts. I am committed to keeping Nigeria one, says Buhari. And on sports, Korea match a must-win for Falcons. And of course, they won the match yesterday.
Yeah, congratulations
to the Super Falcons. And of course, wrapping up the newspaper review, nothing like Mr. and Mrs. We have Mr. saying, I'm going out. I want to see my friend. He's not feeling too well. And Mrs. says, I am not surprised. His wife told me he doesn't give her rest of mind. Most times he leaves the office before the close of work, and when he gets home, he points to the bedroom.
It's alright.
And this is all we have for the newspaper review this morning. For this and more, like my girls have said it on the set this morning, just go to your local vendor and pick up today's copy of newspaper, and you get full details of all the stories read today. Like we always do on the breakfast show, we get to give you history for today. History in terms of events, in terms of deaths and births of legends that have changed the world via inventions and their inputs. And today we're celebrating one of Nigerians' finest woman who has become a legend in the Nigerian politics, talking about Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Today is her birthday, June 13th, 1954. She is, okay, hold on, wait for it. Okonjo-Iweala is an economist and international development expert. She sits on the board of Standard Chartered Bank, Twitter, Global Alliance of Vaccines and Immunization, and the African Risk Capacity. Previously, Okonjo-Iweala spent a 25-year career at the World Bank as a development economist, rising through the rank to the number 2 position of Managing Director Operations from 2007 to 2011. She also served 2 terms as Finance Minister of Nigeria from 2003 to 2006 and from 2011 to 2015 under the leadership of President Olusegun Obasanjo and President Goodluck Jonathan, respectively. We say a very big congratulations to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Everybody knows her.
Yeah, she's really doing so much. And
Role model for almost every girl in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there was that point in my life where I was like, and I like the way she usually tie her head. She is the only African woman that ties her hair that way, and it stands like this, like this. Happy birthday! While we join you to celebrate you from TSL Nigeria TV. Now, on our feature story today, we're looking into the society at large, and we're looking into relationships. After the short break, we'll be talking about things to say to your partner and things not to say to your partner. Don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Show only on TSL Nigeria TV. We'll be right back.
To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day.
welcome back to the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. Now, one of the issues or challenges that people face in their relationship is how open they should be in the relationship. Now, today on the Breakfast Show, we're talking about full disclosure or not. How much should you tell your partner? What should you tell him? And how should you tell him? Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And I personally feel that this topic is a bit, let me use Joyce's word, dicey. And it's a bit dicey because many times we don't know what we should tell our partner, what we shouldn't tell our partner. So I'm going to ask, would you tell your partner everything?
Well, first of all, I'd say communication is very important in every relationship.
Okay.
Because with communication, you get to understand your partner. But then, I don't think you should tell your partner everything.
Okay.
Yes, there should be a limit. There should be boundaries to the information which you disclose.
But this
to
is
your
your
partner.
partner.
Yes, it is your partner. Your past life. I think your past relationships shouldn't be the concern of your partner. Like you know what they call body count.
Okay.
You know what body count is. So you can't tell your partner your body count. You'll be like, oh, tell your partner my ex left me because I don't know how to clean. Or how many guys would you tell everything about your life before you get into your marriage? It's not necessary.
So you're saying
Everything.
a little of
You don't need to
everything.
tell everybody every detail of your life. Okay, if we're dating now, we can say, I'll tell you, my day was fine, I did this, I did that, but I won't tell you what happened in my past relationship because it is not your business.
Okay.
My current life now is
X,
your
are you
business.
watching Silva? It's not your business.
Maggie, what would you tell your partner? How far would you go?
I think, like she said, you can't necessarily get to tell your partner everything, because relationships have stages.
Okay.
Now, I'm not married to this person. It's different when
So
you're
you're speaking
married.
from single.
No,
single
yes,
girl.
from a single girl point of view, I'm not going to tell my partner everything. Even when I am married, it will be a little bit much more exposed, but it's not going to still be everything. Now, because you're the one in the relationship, you know how your partner think, you know things that are important to say, you know things that are not important to say. First of all, I should be in a relationship with a matured mind
Okay.
that can handle certain things about me
Okay.
personally, because I'm not sure I want to start telling my partner, like you said, about my past experiences or how I did this with this guy and I did that with other guy. Those are irrelevant stuff, but sometimes these issues might pop up
Okay. So
before we get there.
Before we get there, yeah.
Okay.
Let's stay with. So you're not going to tell your partner everything. Now, my question would be: so if we're not going to tell our partners everything, what should we tell our partners? Because for me, I feel that depending on, like you said, stages of the relationship, it gets to a point where you understand your partner so well, and then if you have understood your partner so well, you want to be able to open up to him and see how he reacts to certain things, especially if this is a committed relationship. Now, if it's a committed relationship that is going to lead somewhere, you want to put out things for him to say, let's see how he reacts. So let's know what his expressions would be like. Let's see what he would say concerning this and this issues. For example, let's see what he would say if he found out that I had a past. Maybe I was a stripper.
Wow.
Do you understand? Now, if
You accept it.
if, for example, I was a stripper, I'm not a stripper, please. But I'm saying, for example, I was a stripper, and then something happens, and then I want to see what he reacts, how he reacts to it. So I say, something I want to tell you. Now, these are things I feel you use to test your partner to find out how he can respond to such things. So now, moving forward to what should you tell your partner if we're saying don't tell him everything? So what should he know?
The important things in your relationship, like I said, your past should remain in the past.
Okay.
You can say, okay, babe, I've dated a guy or two, but don't go into specifics. I've dated 10 guys. Who wants to date a girl that has dated 10 guys?
Okay,
Some guys want to date some
girls.
some guys will want to date a girl that
That's
dated 10 guys.
guys.
Because they will feel
That's what I'm saying.
they'll feel like she's experienced.
Experience, yes.
She's experienced. So they want
Okay,
to-
see, that's why I was saying that. For example, I said if I was a stripper, now I want to test him and see how he reacts, so that I will know whether the relationship is going forward or is moving backwards.
Oh, we should
Or
just
should
call
I
it
end
quits
it now?
No, you can tell him, but then you won't give him the details of what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you should keep.
Don't want to give full
away
disclosure
from your partner, but not full disclosure.
Okay.
I was a stripper, and then maybe he might want to be pushy and like, and what did you do? How many guys gave you money? You don't need to go into details telling him this was how it happened, this is how it happened. It will cause problem in the relationship.
I decided to open up.
Quiet.
What if I decide to open up to him and I'm telling him, okay, because maybe at that time I was trying to pay school fees.
That's why I think I
had
want to come in here.
my family was suffering.
I want to come in here. The truth is, human beings bond on different level. We have connections. We make connections every day with people. Now, so you guys are talking about the stripper thing. You don't want to give the whole full details. You can give the full details depending on how.
I'm not saying I will give the full
For the
details.
boy, you will say this is the reason why you did it.
Yes.
I'm saying that it depends on the connection you have with this person.
Okay. Yeah.
You can bond to an extent that you know your partner will never guilt trip you, in the mess you have been because it is your past. But that's why I said but you have partners, or you can have partners that every little thing on a normal day when you do something in the present day, he uses it to bash at you. Then you can imagine bringing your past out there. And come on, everybody do not have horrible past, like you're having something to hide. But in terms of going into a relationship with somebody, sometimes your past might want to raise its ugly head, and that is why it's good to have a person or a partner that is very reasonable and that can understand your point of view and can believe your words, irrespective of what other people would say about you. Do you understand? People get married to so-called prostitutes. Yeah. People have bashed them to their faces, but you have seen their husbands who stand up for them and protect them from the words that people would say to them, even from their own friends. And so that is why it's very important, if you're getting involved with somebody, there are certain things you should look out for. Certain things, if the person can protect you, protect your past, protect your integrity. We are not perfect. We're not trying to paint a perfect. I'm sorry, I'm loud. I'm a loud person and energetic. You have to take it as I am. You can't come and start trying to, suppress that characteristic feature in me. So since we're all talking like single ladies now, what if you get married? Now, you've established the fact that if you get married, it's a totally different ballgame. Because I feel that marriage is a very different scenario when it comes to this thing. So, how far would you want to open up to your spouse? Very far.
How far? Like, would you be a bit careful in your marriage? Would you say, "Oh, I'm careful. I don't want to tell my spouse this thing"? Now, I'm gonna bring a story. Now, I once heard of a girl who had a past where she was married now. She was dating a guy years ago, and she was with this guy, and they used to share nude pictures. He wasn't in the country, so she would send a nude picture and all that. And then one day he wakes up out of nowhere and he breaks up with her. Now, years have passed. She's married now. She has a beautiful relationship. She's married. She has beautiful kids. And then he comes out from nowhere and say, "I still have those pictures. I still have those pictures, and I'm going to release them on the internet. If you don't come and see me in my house, my hotel, when I'm in Nigeria, I'm coming to Nigeria next week, come and see me," and all that. And so at such points, what do you do? Because in her case, she opened up and told her husband, and the whole thing was savage. Now, not everybody would respond that way. So what would you do in such a case if you find yourself in that kind of situation?
Well, first of all, I think as a lady out there, under no condition should you send your nude photos to anybody.
The only nude you should send is when you're wearing a cream color gown.
No. She shouldn't have sent her nude pictures. There should be boundaries in every relationship. So, but then it was good of her to tell her husband what happened, and then that's discussing everything. But I don't think she went into deep details about it.
First of all, a situation came out where she had to tell her husband what was going on. If she hadn't told her husband, the case would have blown out of proportion, probably led to her divorce or something, destroyed marriage or something.
But then what I'm trying to say is, you can tell him the situation, but you don't need to go deep I don't.
So what are you saying, that when you get married to someone right now and certain circumstances, because there are unseen circumstances that could happen. What if someone is trying to blackmail you? In this case, someone's trying to blackmail her. What if blackmail you? Someone is trying to badmouth you outside.
You hear
Okay, are you okay? And let me get this straight. Are you saying that okay, you won't start going back to start telling your husband how the relationship was with this guy, but you just said that this is somebody I dated and this is how it happened and all of that?
Now I'm saying that circumstances happen when someone comes and says, and maybe your ex-boyfriend or someone you dated in your as an ex meets you in your present relationship. Let's use present relationship before marriage. Meets you in a present relationship and tells you that you I know this girl, she's like this, she's not a nice person and all that, and your partner confronts you about it.
Okay, so you ask the question, I'll be like, yes, I dated him, but because of certain circumstances in the relationship, we didn't flow well. I don't need to tell him, maybe we went out this day and then we had issues. You don't really know how your partner will perceive the information you're giving him, so you don't need to tell him everything. There are boundaries. I don't know, personally, I don't feel like I need to hear everything about your relationship when we're together. If you dated somebody in the past, fine. If you had issues, fine. I don't need to know. All I need to know is treat me well. Let's carry out our own relationship well. Doesn't matter what happened in the past. If you need to know something about me, I will tell you. But then if it's not necessary, I am not telling you.
Okay, so while this conversation is going on, if you're watching us right now, feel free to comment, feel free to tell us what you think. Would you disclose, what is the extent to which you would disclose to your partner? All right, so moving on, one of the things that we fear most times is talking about our past, like you have emphasized. Like, you don't want to talk about your past circumstances, no matter how bad circumstances, you don't want to disclose too much. So what are the benefits of opening up? Now, one of the things that people have said is that what is necessary for a relationship is to give your partner mutual respect, to be there for your partner. The partner should be able to be free with you. Now, full disclosure may not be necessary at all times. So what are the benefits? What should you tell your partner? What should you not tell your partner? I think, for example, we have cases of blood groups.
Okay.
Now, people have gone into relationships and it has gone so far, and then they find out that they're both SS or they're both AS.
I think, okay, first of all,
let's talk about what should be talked about in a relationship. What should we talk about? I like the angle
that you brought in terms of health, matters, in terms of things that are hereditary from your family lines. Those are very serious matters. Today, people just go for a date. I want to know you, and we're talking about exes and just very frivolous issues, instead of talking about the most important things. Like, for instance, what is your genotype? What is your blood group? Are there any inherent diseases in your families that probably we could manage, or something that we cannot just be compatible on? Let's just know early. Do you understand? What are the habits you have? What are those things that necessarily some girls cannot stay with a guy that smoke. Some people can. Depends on your compatibility level. So these are things you need to discuss. Are you HIV positive? Yeah. Are you sexually active? Now, those questions sounds rude, but those are the reality.
Those are real questions.
You don't want to become emotionally vested in somebody, and along the line, you are finding out this die-hard truths, and you are saying, "Oh, how can I pull out? Okay, let me manage." And girls, we can't pull out. We didn't let us manage. Maybe somehow one day, one day, before you know it, you're already hook, line, and sinker. And so it is good. You ask questions. I ask lots of questions. And what do you do? How do you earn your money? Do you understand? Those are real questions. Because at the end of the day, finance, if you're going to pursue the relationship, finance is going to be, it's going to be popping up. Because, of course, we girls like to have a man that can take care of us. And so she said,
Yeah. Don't you like to have a man that can take care of you?
I love it. It's like something that is genetic in the man to do for a woman. But I'm saying that when you go out and when you're meeting somebody, ask questions. I'm sure if a lot of people asked the right questions in the beginning, they wouldn't have pursued relationships that they are in regretting currently. And so ask questions. Ask, what do you do? What are your tastes like? What is your best color? To what is your family like?
I think you should also ask questions about your past relation, things you need to know about the person's past that may come up in the future, so both of you have a stable understanding. So I'm saying I have done this and this, so if you hear
I have a child,
so
I have a child,
if you hear it anywhere, know that this was what happened and this is why it happened. Can you take me like this? Do you understand? Because I think these are real things. These are real things.
What you just said now, you won't tell that person that in the first stage of the
no.
We're talking about serious commitment.
From what you're saying now, when you're already chatting up with this person, you're already sizing up and you're trying to know if this is somebody I would want to have a committed relationship with, or this is somebody that I just want to be friends with, or this is somebody I want to just be friends with benefits. Let's just see how it goes. Now, from your conversations, you're already seeing things that this person's mind can carry and what this person can hold on to. And so in the next stage, as it begins to grow, you can now say, oh, I have a child, I'm a single mom. Can you date a single mom? Or I'm SS. What's your blood group? And those serious matters starts coming on, because that is if you have the mind of having a committed relationship. Why these questions are not being asked? Sorry to interject. Why these questions are not being asked is because a lot of people around just want to play. Many people are not interested in fact, my sister was telling me recently that, do you discover that nobody literally tell you, do you want to be my girlfriend anymore? You just see you're just flowing and the next thing is we are dating. Let's continue from where we stopped.
Okay, so we have a comment here from Dominion Okeke. He says, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I love this topic. Now, his comment is, relationship is like an open book. We are planning to get somewhere. It's not everything you talk about. You talk about things that will strengthen the relationship and make you guys synergize more. Life experiences as part of what you talk about. Your past life is very important. People that hide their past life, I take them as very, very unserious. And please run. One of the greatest things you wouldn't want to have in your marriage is if your relationship is getting there and there is surprise. No one likes secrets. so from what Dominion said was why I said that when you see that this relationship is actually going somewhere, you should come up and say, because I see that we're really getting serious, I say that this is really something serious, this is something I want to put myself into and get attached to. Then you begin to say, I have certain things I think you should know about me, so that way nobody is taken aback. So when someone comes from around and says, this is who this person is, and says something about me, you should be able to defend me and say, no, that's not who she is.
And that is why it's also important to be in a relationship when you know that someone will protect you even when you're wrong. Somebody that will have your back. It's very important, because the truth is you feel more hurt when the person you are in a supposed relationship with cannot protect you in front of people that are really bashing you. You feel more hurt from the person than the people that are bashing you. And so I wouldn't say start living your life in a way that also when the real man comes, he has to accept you the way you are, because we are human beings. We are bound to make mistakes. It's the mistakes, the falling, the rising that has molded us into the kinds of people that we are, into the kinds of the lessons we've learned in life. And so we're not going to run away from our past. We're going to face it head on, and I face my past head on, and that's it.
So as we're rounding up the topic, I want us to just, give your final word. Silva, what would you say finally?
Well, I'd just like to advise everybody out there who is in a relationship, know these different stages in every relationship. When you feel like you're committed and ready to move to the next level, do well to tell your partner the necessary things. Don't talk too much. Just give him details that he needs to hear and will sustain the relationship. Then I wish you all lovely, lovely, amazing relationship.
Becky?
Okay, just to continue from where Silver said, you just When you meet people on a daily basis, I like to say this to people: be open-minded, build connections, strengthen your bond. Don't be out there looking for the faults. Don't be out there looking to like, this guy is creepy, he's not disclosing many things I need to know at this stage. Don't rush it. Let it come naturally. Let the process flow naturally. Now, because a lot of us will try to force process over time, you see that you start knowing things you're supposed to know forward, you're knowing them backward. There's no perfect timing for things to happen, and so just let it flow. Create the bond, create the connection, know why you're with this person. And maybe when the past comes up, this is the person you're with. You're not with the former person that you were or that person was. And so just accept people the way they are. That's going to help foster your relationships. And then just say things that you feel that this person can handle. Not every information your partner can handle. You're in the relationship. So I wish you all the best.
Yeah, if you want to get more counseling from Neki, please visit Neki personally for so much more beautiful relationship advice. It's been a very insightful topic, insightful conversation today, and we've had so much. We talked about, if you want to be in a perfect relationship, there is no perfect relationship. What you have are people who come together and learn about themselves and synergize to bring out the best out of their relationship. We want you to join our community, and we want you to subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and follow us on TSL Nigeria TV. It's been very wonderful having you watch us today. Do have a lovely day, and for us, it's a bye for now.
Bye.